Everybody, welcome back to GregTech New Horizons episode. Bear with me a second, I've lost it. 114. 114, of course. With me, Yeet, and we are over here on the mainland, where I have been plotting out where I am going to build my Thorncraft tower. So I've worked out that the actual space needed by an infusion altar minimum is really a 9 by 9 sphere, which is this. I'm going to go from this, that kind of lines up neatly on the middle of that block over there, kinda ish, maybe. Doesn't really matter, that's where we're going to kind of go. I'm not sure how I'm going to connect over there eventually. Maybe that garden will move, who knows. There's a lot of things we can do with that. That's kind of, I won't say it's temporary, but it's semi-temporary. Now, I am looking at I think a bed, a 21 by 21, which means from here we need to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Got plenty of dirt. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I think this is going to be the kind of the baseline position. So we'll come out this way and do 10. 2, 1, 2. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that looks about right. It's going to be quite large, but I'd rather have more than necessary. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And the actual base of this is going to go out 1, 2, 3, either side. And needless to say, it is going to be Minecraft round. That is to say, not really round at all. It's going to splay out a little bit at the bottom, and I've done a whole load of material gathering for this to try and get the 2, 3, try and get the actual setup right. 2, 3, and we're going to be building it out of basalt. We're going to chisel the basalt. The native basalt I'm not a massive fan of. I actually prefer the darker chisel basalt. Is nice and black. So that's kind of the plan. We'll get maybe the island, a bridge. We are going to bridge out to there, but as you can see, we've got an issue straight away that we are above that. Now we can bring that down. We could actually drop this down one and not worry about it there. We'll see, but for the time being, we need, what was it, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. That's the beast. So I think that'll be a decent tower base, nice and big. What we also do need to do is just ensure that we're not leaving anything spawnable behind us. It's needless to say, the last thing we want is unpleasantness spawning up here at night while we're kind of working on this. So we'll keep our eye on that as well. So that's kind of the plan, or some of the plan for this episode. How much of this we get done is another thing, but I'm going to, because if we look, I've got, other than seed oil and biodiesel cells, I've got absolutely nothing in the job queue, and yeah, makes a nice change. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 1, 2, like that, and then we'll just stab a torch there. So, a little bit of work laying this out. go and grab some basalt and some tools to help me do this, and I shall be back with you in a moment. Alright, initial preparation is done. Which roughly translates to some dirt, some dark chiseled basalt, and potions of water breathing and potions of night vision. That will allow me to build the plinth, outcropping of rock, whatever you want to call it, that this is going to be based on. I definitely wanted to have the night vision, because underneath there I'm fairly certain there are some caves in the water, because there are a lot of mob indicators, put it that way, down there. So yeah, definitely need to be able to see what's going on about us, just in case there's anything unpleasant down there. We probably also want to get a means of getting up and out of this water temporarily, because right now we jump in, we've got to go all the way around again, and I don't want to have to do that. So what we'll do is we'll use some of this, and I don't really want to destroy that block though, that's the only problem. Yeah, you can definitely hear our friendos down there, can't you? How am I going to do this? Don't suppose I've got any ladders about my person, have I? Don't think so. Judging by that one, we'll just check you. You definitely got nothing laddery in you, and ladder. Perfect. Right, we'll stick a ladder on the side there. There you go, that's good. So, with that in mind, I think what we need to do is work out what floor level. I think I am going to go down, drop down a level. So this is going to be the walls, and what we can do is we'll start off just perhaps by going like this. That will give us a starting position for 10. Because I'm not going to make this uniformly round, so the tower will be uniformly round because architecture, but the island not so much. Which should be interesting. Thank you. Yeah, it's a bit of a pain working in the water. If you've either got the choice of bouncing up and down or juggling your above waterness, below waterness positioning. I'm not sure which I prefer. But once we get the outline started, we'll be laughing, won't we? So from there, let's just head back over, and we'll go up and do this kind of hanging over the edge initially. We need to kind of spread that out. You can see there's definite caves down there, so, and there's definitely stuff underneath the ground here, which is my worry, that we're going to attract the attention of stuff and it's going to come wandering out of this cave entrance down here. But let's just come out a bit like that for starters. I could really do with and we will come out a bit. That can go straight in. Oh, and then we'll make this a bit more ziggy-zaggy than necessary, just uneven. This should be fairly straightforward, I think. And these are all unspawnable, so I have an advantage there that I don't need to worry about lighting these blocks up. The dirt obviously we do, but I have, so not a problem. Yeah, we can kind of make it uneven a bit like that, and so on and so forth. Okay, well, I've got that to do. Then we're going to take this down and we're going to kind of splay it out. I'm not going to go mad. It's probably not going to get much more wider than 2 or 3 blocks wide, and we'll kind of go straight down in the water almost, just to make this work. Once it's underwater, I'm not too worried about the overall optics. But yeah, we'll do that and then come in there. So yeah, I've got my work cut out, haven't I? Let me continue working. Again, I'll come back once there's a little bit more progress to show. All right, detoured a little bit because I needed to get some gold. Well, I didn't need to get gold. I could have done this with the gold ingots I'd already processed, but I didn't really want to waste stuff that was already done. So my thoughts kind of went down to let's go and process some gold, because we can then turn it into crushed gold. And a little bit of this, we can also go and put the lead away. And that will go straight into gold nuggets. And gold nuggets plus stone make fantasy blocks, which I think is going to be one of the building blocks. I'm kind of working out a design palette for this, and had I got an infinite enderman farm, I might have gone with voidstone, because lots of interesting runes, lots of interesting purpley things. That's not to say that I couldn't mix it up and start adding voidstone later, and voidstone pillars. But then you've got GregTech, which I'm not sure whether those are things, but there's some kind of rune going on there. I think everything else, like neonite, forget it. That's not happening anytime soon. Dark oak, I mean, obviously we can do planks, so that's the thing. There's a whole load of like water blocks and just weird little Tyrian blocks, the metal, which we've used quite a lot in the past with the purples. But these ones, the fantasy blocks, or more importantly the purpled fantasy blocks, are gold nuggets, and those make 8. So they're relatively cheap, and they have a variety of options to them, including columns and stuff. Mix that in with maybe some, we could go with anti-blocks, we could look at qubit stuff, you know, there's a whole load of options. Maybe not obsidian, well, we could do obsidian, I mean, that's always an option. We just need to get a reasonable source of it. Lapis blocks, you know, there's a whole load of decorative stuff we can do. But what we need is a for want of a better word, a thing. Grimstone looks interesting. Maybe as a contrast. Fantasy and Grimstone, perhaps. Hex plating is more sci-fi. Holy Stone is feathers. That would, I mean, Holy Stone might work actually as well. I didn't really think about Holy Stone. It'd be a nice contrast piece, wouldn't it? What if I were to go with purpled, which gives me some very garish blocks, and we've got plenty of feathers, so you know the number of nuggets we're going to be able to generate from just this small amount of gold, and these can be sawn up into nuggets as well. That's why I say I didn't really need to go and do this. I could have just chopped up ingots, but we're not going to waste anything other than potentially the slight doubling of the ores. So, and we've already kind of done that with a pulverization, so yeah, I'm not worried about the wasting too much of this. We've got lots of gold nuggets, we've got loads and loads of stone. So yeah, purple stone. Now the actual, let me just eat quickly. The actual plinth element is done. It's nothing fancy, just a big block of black stone in the ground. We'll take the shortcut for now. I would like to get, ultimately, say a travel anchor or something over there, so we can just go and warp across, but I don't think we're going to be able to do that for a while, because you know it requires stuff that I don't have, not least of which I'm not sure whether it's high voltage or extreme voltage, to be honest. Like we did with the bridge on the other side, we are going to mob proof this just in the unlikely, oh, I should have brought 6 I should say, I did this 3 wide, doesn't matter. And I was thinking that we would perhaps use, for the floor, we could probably go with the polished bast or the basalt Amun Ra. What do we think of that? Let's have a look. Now it doesn't really matter what's here. Yeah, I don't mind that at all. But it's spawnable. Yeah, okay. No, that's not a thing. Let me just go and get you. That was an oops, wasn't it? Not worried too much about the thing. Right, let's just get this lot then, shall we? And then we'll try that again. I'm not bothered about it being spawnable, but the moment it becomes spawnable, I suddenly have to take an interest in its properties. Other, which we should have done maybe that, and then we can get down there, can't we? Right, so let's try that again, but with, let's make sure we're selecting a block which is not spawnable, and realistically the only options there are the Britannia, aren't they, and chisel, some of these smooth basalt. That might actually, let's go with that. I didn't want something that was as dark as the base block, because Jesus, that plant, I'm going to have to get rid of those. They scare me half to death every time. And it's stupid because I know there are no ghasts in the overworld. It's, you know, it's not a thing. But every time I hear that, there's a visceral reaction to that sound, thinking that it's going to be followed up by a boom. So yeah, I suppose what we should be doing is making sure that we are, in fact, because that yeah, so let's put that's fine. That's how it should look. Then we can take you out, can't we? Oh, grief. Too fast. Wrong block. We'll get there. Yeah. Let me just try and do this, because I obviously can't talk and do this at the same time. Clearly, that is too complicated a task for me. So yeah, I probably just need to concentrate on one thing at a time. Back in a moment. Okay, we're steadily getting there. Ireland's done. I put there's a couple of the chandeliers in those pillars to try and just reduce the amount of mob spawning underneath. However, I borrowed the ones from over here, so I've kind of moved the problem. I need to put more chandeliers in. I'd prefer to get mega torches because they have a bigger range, but I don't think they are in my repertoire yet. But in terms of structure, we've got a floor, we've got a thing, there's a chandelier under here, and a chandelier under there. So between them, I think, oh hello, we should have everything we need. And can I make you go the other way? These are Malice's doors, which are, there you go, which are a little bit different to what we're used to. And then we'll go in, let's start off here with a little bit of that. Actually, no, not there, sorry. Yeah. There. And this is going to be Gaudy, by the way. This is unapologetically going to be Gaudy. No. I'm going to go. Are these? No, these are from. Do I need to put them up? How do I get these to go the way I want them then? Do I do something like this? Yeah, they're going to be annoying because they've got a slightly different shade and their orientation is different. It's not like the vanilla Minecraft in the later versions where you can get that door to really pop. But that's fine. What we're going to do then is we are going to continue these pillars up. Do we? I'm tempted to go here actually. So you've got that going on. Then we can come in with that at either side. Maybe that across the top. What do we think? Garish enough? I think we probably want to do that and that, like that. Ugly as hell. Love it. Yeah, if what I wanted was ugly as hell, I've achieved it, definitely. So then I think we'll come in with these. But for these, we're going to pop these in here and here, so we'll get them on the edges. I think we're going to use the holy stone where we can and the purple stone as a trim rather than the other way around. Boop. So that's that. Let me just stab a torch there and there temporarily. So I think I will also come in here and we'll have that going on. Like I say, garish, but you know, I think it was Terry Pratchett who suggested that if wizards have all the taste and decorum of, or at least the Unseen University wizards have all the taste and decorum of a deranged magpie. So, yeah. And then I think on the other side, the Holy Stone, I'm inclined to go there. Oh, I love that sound. And look at that, the sparkles. Yeah, that was the right choice. Especially seeing as this is actually cheaper than that one. It's going to be garish. I know it's going to be garish, but that's fine. I've got to think about how we're getting up and down. I mean, one option would be elevators, of course, which would be appropriate in a magical tower. Far more so than where we're currently using them, if I'm honest. Yeah, but definitely the right choice here. If nothing else, just from the tinkle tinkle sound. Right, I would like to go and pop in something like that either side of the doorway. Then the runic variety going up. So that's 4. I'd like to go 6 high, I think, before we get to the next ceiling. And then we'll whack a capstone on the top of that. Nope. It's very relaxing, very zen, isn't it? The tinkle tinkle sound. And then we're going back to these. And take a bit of damage. Ow. I think that gives us a starting point. We also want to take all of this lot out. So we've got basically the entire thing. This entire thing now is unspawnable, which is a good thing. So we can get rid of you, get rid of you, get rid of you, and get rid of you. Not going in the water after a torch. Lighting we need to address, but we'll tackle that. So I think I need to think about windows, think about what we're doing with these columns here, and I'm very tempted to just take these straight up like with that. Maybe we go with that one for these though. In fact, let me get that and that one. Yeah. And then we can go what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1. Oh, this is going to be ugly as sin. I'm going to love it. I mean, that kind of gives us a feel. We definitely need to do a little bit of this, and then we can while we're at it, might as well bring that up. Yep, I'm feeling Gaudy. I'm feeling this is definitely ticking my Gaudy meter, especially when you throw this bit on. I think that works. The thing, I'm not sure about those. Might change those out. Might also, yeah, let's also do that and that. That feels better. I love that sound. However, I think we just go with raw. Yeah, definitely. That was a good call. Can't get that. Well, I can get that one. I'm not going to, because I think it's a little bit of a pain. Maybe it's not that bad actually. I think we can do it from this side, can't we? Yes. All right. Let me just continue playing with this for a little while longer, and I'll be back in a mo. All right. I'm knocking up some materials here. So I did want to put in 3 elevators, but unfortunately I only have enough ender pearl plates for 2. And Unfortunately, I don't have enough ender pearls to make another one, because you need 9. So that's a bit of a bugger. Because what I was going to do is put one underneath to use as a water source, just until, you know, we put a permanent or some kind of semi-permanent water sourciness in there. But I need a little bit more of the dark oak, because we are going to chisel that into these nice dark oak slabs for the ceiling stroke. I might do ceiling and floor, I don't know actually. I could do. I mean, there's always that option. Yeah, worth thinking about. But I'll decide. But for the time being, floor and ceiling all in one. So yeah, I'm going to need quite several stacks of this stuff. I've got everything I need to make the elevators, so we can at least go and make those. Well, that's, in fact, let's wait for that, because it's almost there on the cut. And then we can get another batch cutting in the background, you see, which means, you know, we're all good. And then it's going to be largely a matter of relocating stuff over. So let's do another, let's just do the whole stack of logs. That seems the most likely, because this floor just looks, I always like this dark oak floor. It's classy. It is classy. Did I mention it's classy? I think I might have mentioned it's classy. We're going to do that. We're going to do 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. We're going to do 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. That will give me 1 and 2. That's our elevators. The other thing I need is glass plates, or glass panes actually, and I purchased some glass earlier. Now, to make these you need to make that. To make those you need to saw glass, or actually let me just check. A few comments in the things about recently about me. Let's have a look. I can use you to make, come here, recipe that. So I can saw glass, I can chemical bath them to get the stain off, or I can use a cutting machine 3 to get 8, or saw it for 2. Well, that will give me 6 for 3. So cutting machine is the better option. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. We'll do that many. That should be enough, I think. And then we can actually go over and just have a look at what I've actually done. What have you done? Well, I've got some night up, because I figure lighting in the magical area, we're going to use Thorncraft lighting. It's thematically correct. So that seemed like a plan. We just need to finish cutting up this wood. So I shall be back as soon as we've done that, and as soon as we've chopped these up. So be back in a second. All right, we have everything, but the sun is setting, so let us, please don't be a blood moon, please don't be a blood moon. First law of Sod states that the moment I don't want a blood moon, well, the moment I want to be able to sleep quickly through the night and get it out of the way, it will throw a blood moon at me. No, we're good. Yay. So yeah, I mean, this particular build, I'm on a second evening of recording on this one, so and yes, I will admit, it is gaudy as hell. It really is gaudy. But you know, such is life. Need more Enderman though. I need to figure out that one. I think I can buy Enderman eggs, but that's going to be expensive. I'm going to buy the Enderman, kill him, get the. I mean, I'd need 9, assuming, unless of course I get fortune. That might work. The other thing, of course, it would be to go down into one of those dungeons Yeah, that's not happening. The dungeons sometimes have Enderman spawners in them, which things out. In a more up-to-date version of Minecraft, I might have done... I don't like that door. I do not like that door. I think I'm going to have to change that out. I really do think I'm going to have to change those panels out just to have the double doors. I mean, I'm happy enough with that. That's fine. And we'll have those either side. I think we're going to do something with the Gaudy gold there. That's just, it is gross. I mean, I've already stated somewhat that that this is most definitely garish, I think would be the word that I would use to describe this. Garish, yes, garish, definitely garish. But you know what? Doesn't matter. I just want a home for doing magic. And this is going to be it. So then we take you and we go bloop, bloop, bloop for now. That should do it. I'll use this just... Now where do I want to put the teleporter? Let's put it around about there. And then we can grab that. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. And that will allow me to at least enclose the space. So I'll get this done. I'm going to get some blocks to change out that down there because, like I say, it's awful. I hate it. And I'll be back once we've filled all this lot in. See you in a moment. Alright, final, well, for the time being, final bits anyway, for this episode. So I have three-dimensionalized the front porch a little bit and changed that up, and I've also added a place to plant some of my V mushrooms so this bridge becomes more interesting. I do need to make some more looks because I'm out of looks. I could do with something interesting to kind of light this area up with. But you can see I've kind of done a little bit of just slicing up blocks and making them look more, hopefully more interesting. And these planters I'm going to continue down the side down here as well, because I think we really do want to get just an avenue of V shrooms going down here. Now I've only got 13 V shrooms, so I've got 8 dirts worth here with 8 V shrooms. And I'm going to stick we've got on here right now, if I can get myself to the middle. We did pick up this, which I think will illuminate if I remember rightly, the arcane lamp makes everything light up, so yeah, that's good. We've got the thingy-mabobbits, we've got that thingy-mabobbits. We can stick our armor stand there with that and that on for now. We do need to bring our chests over, but on the whole, nice big space. This is certainly big enough for an infusion altar. Whether you put it on this floor, whether it goes up or down, that's a different question. What I do need to do is I need to go and grab some water from there. Pop you in that. And then I'm going to stand up to it. I don't know why, but I find I feel far more confident So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 1. And that will go nicely. Well, 1 will go nicely there. And then 1 can go there, 1 can go there for now. That will provide a little bit of light on the situation. We'll probably want to change this up when we get more of these, but for now, I'm happy with that. That works. So on that note, I could have really done with being a bit closer, couldn't I? Don't know whether I can get a better view from that angle. Let's try that one. Yeah, it gives us a little bit of the three-dimensionality of it, doesn't it? So we'll get rid of the, oops, no, we'll get rid of that, then we'll do that, and then we'll do that. But yeah, not a bad start for a home for our magical experiments. Don't forget, we've also got Witchery, Britannia, a whole host of magical mods in GregTech. So that's, I think, is going to get quite tall. But you're not hostile. It's just, you don't know anybody who can get me some ender pearls, do you? No? Okay, fine. He was not thing. But yeah, didn't really achieve anything other than making an extension to the base. But every now and again, you know, you have to build. So this is a building game after all. But until next time, thank you very much for watching, guys. I will see you soon. Bye for now.